YouTube, welcome back to another video. I hope all of you are good. Today we are going to talk about the best 10 cards to buy in Scarlet and Violet era. I know the era is still very short and not the greatest sets have come out in Scarlet and Violet. And we haven't seen the most exciting cards, at least I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see a lot more Gengar, a lot of Rayquaza, and a lot more Charizard. Pokemon like that Umbreon, for heaven's sake, because everyone loves Umbreon. Yeah! To be fully transparent, I'm pretty sure all of these cards are going to continue to fall because I just think that there's a lot of supply out there at the moment, and I think a lot of people are still opening products because Scarlet and Violet is still very new and very recent. So all of these prices are going to drop, but if you had to ask me the best cards to buy in Scarlet and Violet era, these are the 10 cards to buy. First card is this Miriam card. I know a lot of people aren't really into waifu, and I'm not really into waifu either. I'm into good artwork, and I think this Miriam is a very nice artwork, but the only thing is I'd rather have it on the Japanese side rather than English because I think the Japanese side holds their value a lot stronger. Yes, it's speculation and we don't actually know where the prices are going to fluctuate in the future, but if I had to place bets, I want to buy the Japanese side because I think Japanese market, at least, they love their waifu cards, and I think SARs were very hard to pull, and they still are very hard to pull on the Japanese side. And with this Miriam, you know, it's very easy. I don't want to say it's very easy, like you can open one pack and you'll get it.
For you, sir.
We got Slowpoke, get the big hit on the one pack.
Ooh, okay. Oh, no way!
But it's easier to pull this Miriam on the English side than the Japanese. This Gardevoir EX. I am a Gardevoir fan. It's not my favorite Pokemon out there, but I think the trio of this card, like the Carla and I forgot the other Pokemon. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But this Gardevoir EX, it's a very nice. I like how it kind of has a storyline, kind of with like the Blastoise and the Venusaur and the Charizard in Pokemon 151. I kind of like that. It kind of tells a story, and I really do enjoy that. And I hope Scarlet and Violet keeps doing that because it adds some type of uniqueness in Scarlet and Violet compared to Sword and Shield, because Sword and Shield just had really nice alternate art and really nice artwork. Scarlet and Violet has that as well, but now it kind of has storytelling. I like that.
Nice.
And with this Gardevoir, I really do like this card. I think it's better than the Miriam. If you had to ask me what's better, the Miriam or the Gardevoir, I would think this would be more expensive in the long run. English cards, they like Pokemon more than the waifu, and the Miriam is kind of a waifu, so that's my two takes on those two cards. Love these cards, absolutely love this card. I like the artwork in the Gardevoir, and I like the storyline of this card. Next card is the Great Tusk. Not many people are going to agree with me, but this card is honestly, it's beautiful. If this was like a Charizard or a more popular Pokemon, this card would be more expensive because this artwork is a really nice artwork.
I am so great, I am so great, everybody loves me, I am so great.
Out of the 3 cards we talked about in today's video so far, this Great Tusk artwork is beautiful. I love the colors. I love how it's in like a sandstorm. It has a depth of field. I talk about that in a lot because I'm a photographer and I just like certain details, and this card has a lot of detail. Even though the texture is way better on the Japanese side, on the English, I do like this card very much. I like the colors on this card and I think it's so underrated, but I wouldn't buy this card thinking it's underrated and it's gonna double its price just because it's not a popular Pokemon. So keep that in mind. This is a very nice card and a very nice artwork, but I don't think this card is going to do very well in the future because it's not a very desirable card and there's not a huge fan base behind this card. So I do think this card will fall, or it will continue to fall, but this card I have to have in my collection. I have it on the Japanese and the texture is just phenomenal. I wish English cards had Japanese texture, but this is a very nice card. Next card is Iono. I know this is just our art rare, and honestly, Scarlet and Violet base is actually a pretty good set. I'm looking through cards and I'm comparing it to other sets like Obsidian Flames and Paldea Evolved, and I'd rather have Scarlet and Violet base. And that's the first time I could actually say that. Sun and Moon base was horrible, Sword and Shield base was horrible, but Scarlet and Violet base is not that bad. And this card right here, I just like it because I'm a huge Gengar fan and I kind of have this thought in my mind where I want to collect all Gengar products. That is scary to say because there's a lot of expensive product of Gengar, and it's a very popular Pokemon with a huge fan base.
Well, I'm an idiot.
But this card I really do like. I think it's very homey, and like we're going into Christmas and this kind of reminds me of Christmas, but that's not the reason why I like this card. I just like this card for the artwork. I think it's beautiful and it has Gengar in it, so I just have to get it because I love Gengar. Next card is the Iono, and this is the same thing with the Miriam. I love this artwork. I'd rather have the Iono than the Miriam, but I'd rather have it on the Japanese side because, again, Japanese, they hold their value on their waifu cards, or if you had to ask me what's going to go down more or go up more, down would be English and up would be Japanese because, yes, Iono is very, very expensive on the Japanese side, but I do think that the Iono will hold its value more than the Iono from Paldea Evolved because if you look at each card when they first came out, I can guarantee you that the Paldea Evolved card dropped a lot more percentage-wise than the Iono in Clayburst, I believe, was on the Japanese side. Iono is a very, very nice card, but again, I'd rather have it on the Japanese side, and because the texture is so much different and so much better on the Japanese side. Let me know what you guys think about this Iono because this is one of my favorite cards in Scarlet and Violet so far. Next card is this Alakazam from Pokemon 151. The reason why I love this card is because, again, there's a depth of field. It kind of reminds me of like a child trying to learn a new trick at home, like after school. That's what it kind of reminds me of, and I'm interested on your comments on that. Do you guys get the same kind of vibe? Because I have that same vibe. I love this card. I love Alakazam.
My name is Jeff.
Alakazam is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Psychic and Dark Pokemon. I just love this artwork for what it is. It's like him learning a new trick. I think it's very unique. I love this artwork, and this is something I have to have in my collection no matter if it's $10 or $500. I want it just because of the artwork alone. I don't care about the price.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
I know it's not very expensive on the English side. I know it's not expensive on the Japanese side. If you had to ask me English or Japanese, I think Japanese again because the texture is a lot better. Both English and Japanese, I love this card. Absolutely love it. Charizard EX. We all know Charizard, we all love Charizard. Pokemon knows, Pokemon fan base loves Charizard, and to not pick up this card I think it would be silly. Again, some can argue like the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars is not doing very well. I bought it for like $400. It's almost like half that. It's like at like $270 in Canadian prices right now.
Well, I'm an idiot.
It's frustrating, but again, I don't pick up these cards because I think they're gonna go like 10x on what it is, right? I think this card is a very, very nice card. I'm not gonna buy it right now because I do think it will continue to fall as Pokemon 151 gets older and the hype goes away and there's new sets, you know, things like that. So I am waiting on this Charizard EX just because I think the price will continue to fall. When this first came out, I didn't really like it.
Daddy, chill.
But now it's growing on me because it's so different from all the other Charizard cards. A lot of the Charizard cards are very aggressive, as they should be, because Charizard is an aggressive Pokemon, right? Like it's a big dragon, blah, blah, blah. This, it kind of shows the soft side of him just relaxing, flying through the air, you know? It's a very different artwork, and I really, really do enjoy this artwork, even though we just got a sleeping Charizard. I just remembered, but besides the point, this is a more of a relaxed Charizard, and I like that. The artwork isn't the best. It's kind of like a doodle kind of vibe, and I'm not really big of a fan of that, but it is a very nice artwork. I do like this card, and I would want to have this card in my collection. This Venusaur EX, probably my second favorite from the Alakazam. This is my second favorite from Pokemon 151. Absolutely love this card. I love the colors in this card. This card reminds me of, it's in Crown Zenith, and I love that trainer card. I think it's a trainer, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a trainer, but I'm pretty sure it's the same artist as that trainer, and this card, I just love it. I love the color template. I love the colors in this photo. The artwork isn't the best. Like, I'd rather have like the Alakazam artwork or the Charizard artwork. This Erica Innovation. This is probably my favorite card in Scarlet and Violet. This and the Iono. I say in all these videos I'm not a waifu fan, and I'm not. I promise you I'm not.
Well, I'm not calling you a liar, but I can't think of a way to finish that sentence.
This Erica Innovation, as soon as I seen this card, I'm like, I have to have this card. I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of the Leafeon when it's in Crown Zenith or V-Star Universe. It reminds me of that card. And I think having these two cards and a PSA 10 side by side is just gonna be an eye catcher. I love this card. It's so delicate, if that makes sense. It's very soft, and I really, really, really like that. I like this artwork so much. It has a good depth of field. The color template, I absolutely love. I'm not a waifu fan. I promise you I'm not. I'd rather have Pokemon than trainer cards. But again, I'd rather have this card on the Japanese side. I believe this card is very high populated in the PSA 10 on Pokemon 151, but again, I don't really care about that right now just because these cards are absolutely beautiful, and if you gave me the money to buy this card, this is probably the one of the cards that I would buy first. This or the Iono. I absolutely love this Erica so much. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this Erica, or I'm just talking out of my butt. Last card on today's list is another big card that I really like that is very cheap actually. This Alaria EX. I like this card. It reminds me of the Dragonite from Evolving Skies. This card is not going to be worth much in the future. I don't think that, at least in my own opinion.
What the hell is even that?
But again, this is a very nice card. I think the artwork is very good, has a good depth of field. I like the colors in this card. It's a very girly card, but I like this card. I would love to have this card in my collection. Out of all of the cards, this is probably my least favorite. That's why I left it last, and it's also from Paradox Rift, from a set I don't really like. But again, all of these cards I'm not buying because of the pull rates, or because I think they're gonna go up in the future, or because they're in good sets, or because they're in a set that's short printed. None of that. I'm just putting these cards out there because I really do like these cards, and these are the best cards in my own opinion, my top 10 list that I wanna have in Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet doesn't have a lot of good cards yet, in my opinion, but these top 10 cards, I think I would love to have in my collection, and I do plan on picking up when they continue to fall, because I do think all these prices will continue to fall in the short term at least. So let me know in the comments your favorite card. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Subscribe for more Pokemon content. We are going to 10K. It's just a matter of time. So I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.